Hey, it's Clay. Hope you guys are doing well. Welcome to another episode of my Trash to Treasure series, where I take electric guitars and restore them. We've got Nora helping us today. And one of my projects on my table is this guy. So, for a long time, this body was on a Telemaster that I had put together. It had a Warmoth neck. And, I just have never been terribly happy with how this finish turned out. So when I did this finish, I was in an apartment and I just didn't have the ability... Yeah, there you go. Just didn't have the ability to do a nitrocellulose finish, and so I had been doing a lot with True Oil because it's a lot more easy and accessible in the place that I was at. And so I attempted this finish where, because all my other True Oil finishes were just clear, so you would see the wood. I wanted to attempt something with a little bit of color. So what I did is I went to the store and got this color, this red color from Michaels. It's an oil-based pigment or paint, and I just kind of mixed it with the True Oil, and it turned out like this. And it's kind of interesting, but I don't really love it. So I'm going to attempt, now I've got a house and I've got a lot more room and space to experiment with some more traditional finish types. So what we're going to do is we're going to strip this bad boy down, and then we're going to refinish it in nitrocellulose lacquer. I'm thinking surf green. So yeah, I'm going to outline that process. Now the first step is going to be to get rid of this. Now I probably could just try to get it level. Like, I don't know if I necessarily... No thanks. Don't know if I necessarily need to get it all the way down just to bare wood, because, I mean, I could just shoot right over top of this and it probably would be okay. But I'm going to try to at least get some of this off. I've got some nail polish remover. I did some readings on the TDPRI forums, and a lot of guys were recommending acetone as a product to remove an oil-based or True Oil-based finish. So I'm going to try this acetone. The number one ingredient, this fingernail polish remover, because we had it here in the house and it's really cheap, and the number one ingredient in this product is acetone. So we're going to give it a shot and see how that goes. And really, I'm just trying to get it down a little bit to a more flush and level point. This finish kind of has some, I don't know, the oil kind of gave it some marking or streaking. You can really see the lines with which I was rubbing it in. And it's got some dirt, just kind of some crud from years of use. And so, and it's kind of got a little bit of a hazy tint to it. And I think the rule here, or the takeaway here, isn't so much that True Oil is a bad finish, just that I really wasn't patient or skilled enough to make the True Oil work properly. So I want to try this Nitro finish. So anyways, I'm going to use the fingernail polish to knock it down. I have some sander and sealer coming from Guitar Re-Ranch. I also have a white primer coming, and then I also have some surf green coming, and then some clear nitrocellulose lacquer. And we will walk through that process each along the way. So that's it for episode 1. I'll be back with the update on removing this finish. Nora, do you have anything to say? Any thoughts? Any comments? Doesn't look like it. Thank you for your help, Nora. This is the next update in refinishing this Telemaster. So this is after taking some 60 grit sandpaper, and I have officially decided that I am not going to try to get it all the way back down to bare wood. Nora agrees. So we're going to keep it kind of like this level, and now I'm going to progressively run into some finer and smoother grits of sandpaper. Really, this just kind of knocked off that exterior edge, which is good, and gets me down to a little bit better, more even place. So we're just going to go up through the grits and get hopefully to something that's relatively fine. Now, if you are starting with a brand new body that's fresh, you can kind of pick it up at this point. You could probably even start at a finer grit of sandpaper, maybe 320 or something, and go up. But basically, you want to get it as smooth as possible. Now, on the other hand, I have already grain filled, and that is something you may need to consider. But
you know, I'm just trying to get to a place where typically you want to sand it really smooth, apply grain filler, apply a sand and sealer, maybe do a primer coat, then do some color coats, and then do your lacquer. That's kind of the basic overview we're going with, but with this, we've kind of already done the grain filler. So anyways, we're going to go ahead and get this sanded down, then we'll hit it with some sander and sealer, and go from there. So, I'll check back with another update.